Hello and welcome to the AFL Auto Blends 3D car creation channel. This is the next episode in the 1905 Star Gordon Bennett Blender tutorial series. In this episode I won't be doing any modelling. What I want to do is to tell you all about the outliner and how important it is to keep it maintained and make sure that everything's assigned and in groups. Shortly Blender are releasing their version 3 of the software, which includes an asset manager. Now if you look at it like all of your objects and everything you import into a model is an asset, that gives you the ability to store it within Blender and to bring it into other models if you've got anything similar. So we'll start with this. I've done it briefly, and if you want to use this same organization, just do a screenshot and save it so you can look. In the first one I've got a guide mesh. The only guide mesh I've got is for the radiator surround at the moment. I've got body wheel, front wheels, rear wheels, radiator, chassis, seats and front axle components, rear axle components. But I'm feeling I need to set a category for interior. So if you press the right mouse button here in a blank area here, new collection, when you find that new collection, which is here, collection 3, double click in it and type in interior. Now I've already got the seats you could class as this one here, and I'm going to drag that into interior. Okay, now this here, the steering wheel, so I'm going to just change that name to steering wheel. And I'm going to drag that into the interior. And then once I've done that, I'm going to hide it. So press H to hide it. So, before we do that, it's also good practice to have all of your origins at the center of the world. So if you want to do that, I mean, you can always put it to the geometry later if we need that. So all we need to do is highlight the object, click into object, set origin, and origin to, right, the first thing to do is say Shift S and cursor to world origin, then object, set origin to 3D cursor. Okay, so that's now in place, so press H to hide it. So the seats we've done, we know we've done those, they're in the they're highlighted there, so we'll hide them. This floor plate, now I'm not sure where that is, so if we unhighlight it, there it is, the floor plate's in the body, so I'm happy for it to be in there, so press H. This is the body shell, we haven't renamed that, so we'll say floor planks. And I'm going to put that in the interior. So I'm just going to drag that down into the interior, then press H to hide it. This is we'll call this the floor. So double click in there and call this a floor centerpiece, for want of a better word or description. Floor centerpiece, and we'll drag that into the interior and then press H to hide it. This is the body. So let's see where that is. Not sure where that is. It's here, I think. Yeah, it's here. I had to re-import it, so that is the, we'll call that the body shell, just body shell, not 003, so let's get rid of that. And then drag that into the body. So drag it into there. Okay, so that's the body shell. So press H to hide that. This piece here is the bulkhead, firewall and bulkhead, which is in the body, so that's correct. So press H. That is the firewall itself, that's in the right place, so press H to hide that. Now we've got the bonnet. Now where's that hidden? So that's in its little place, so that's fine, so that's H. Keep moving along. We've got the radiator. So that's the radiator guide mesh, so that's in the right place. So where's that sitting there? So radiator. Yeah, so that's guide mesh, so press H to hide that. This one's radiator surround, which is correct, so put that in the, leave that in there. This is the so I'm going to call that radiator surround piece. I will check on that at a later date. I'll just put that, call that radiator surround piece for now, and hide that. This is the grill mesh, so call it grill mesh, and press return. And where are we going to put that? We'll put that within the radiator because that's what it is. So press H to hide that. And we've got the radiator cap, which is in the right place, so hide that. These are the chassis surround, radiator surround brackets, so that's fine. I'll leave that there. So press H for that. This is the this is part of the chassis, so that is the engine cradle, so that's correct, so we'll just hide that. We're accumulating quite a few bits. That's the starting handle block, so hide that. This is the engine shroud, so that's correct. So we're getting down on now. This is the fuel tank, so that's in the, I'll put that in the bonnet. It shouldn't really be in the bonnet, should it? In the body. I'll put that in there, so it's not actually in the, okay, so that's fine, so hide that. Chassis running boards, side running boards, I've put that part of the body, which is correct. And if you feel like these things are in the wrong area, you can just hide them, or change them, sorry. So there's your chassis, so hide that. This is your chassis main rails, so it's not, it's the front spring support bracket. So I'd say that's part of the front axle component, so I'm going to drop that into there and hide it. This is the lattice that we use, the lattice deform we use for the springs, so I'm going to move that into the guide meshes. So move that up into the guide meshes so we know where that is. Press H to hide it. These are the springs, the front springs. So is that under there? So where's that gone? Can't see that highlighted anywhere. That's strange. Just trying to find where it is. Front axle components, it should be there. Yeah, front springs. So hide that. This is the front wheel axle, so hide that. These are the front tyres, so they'd be in the front wheel section, so hide them. These are the rims for the front wheel rims, so I've done those. These are the front wheel spokes, so hide them. This is the front wheel hubs and the stub axles and front wheel washer and front wheel nut. Hide that. And then this is front wheel hubcap. So we've got those. So we've got the rear tyres, hide, 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 hide. They're all in the right in this section. I'm not sure where that is. Rear wheel axle. So I don't know where the rear wheel axle is with regards to... rear wheel axle components. So there it is there. So hide. So it's all part of the rear. Yeah, the axle bit should be real front axle components. Right, yeah, okay. So that's in the right area. Rear wheel nut, yeah, that's correct. And finally that one. Now don't forget, I haven't been doing this as we go along, but if we unhide some of these things, just make sure that the origin is there. If it isn't, just go through and add it. So there we are, that's there. So most of mine are there, but if you want to do yours and check that. Okay, well that's it. A brief, hopefully not too long description on the outliner. Now with the outliner, you see all these bits and pieces on here. You can check which ones you want in there, so just get a brief, hover over it to get a brief description of what it does. But if you haven't got those and you want those, you just go into there and highlight them. Okay, thank you for watching and see you in the next episode. Bye.